Well, my guy didn't show up this morning, so I guess I got stood up. Tried calling, but that didn't work either. But there weren't any gobbles out in that area anyway, so now I'm just out kind of trolling. See if I can find anything, maybe on some public land here, or private land here that's got public all around it. Maybe try to pull something off. I see birds over here, but they are some kind of a weird duck. I got dogs on me, getting after it. They're like all up on my tire. Come on, guys. I don't want to run over anybody's dog, but dang, man. They're like all in my tire. They're trying to lick my brake rotor or something. Got a couple of these spots to check, and then I'm gonna go probably back in somewhere in the vicinity, within a mile or two of that spot. Played with the one last night. I probably just need to get down in those woods, be there all day, not necessarily in the same spot, but just be there periodically, calling and whatnot. Find a real good spot to set up on and call and sit for a half hour, move, call, stuff like that. Just following a little trail here down to a creek bottom. There's a guy parked up a half mile or so up that way. So I just came down the road, saw this little trail on the map, parked, and I'm walking back in. Figure I spend a little time back here. There weren't any tire tracks coming up into where I parked, so figure no one's been back here since at least midweek. We'll see. So I got about a 30-yard stretch of this sandy stuff that's real exposed. I've got a lot of deer tracks. There's probably a coyote. There's a bunch of raccoon tracks, but no turkey tracks. So that probably tells me what I need to know, and that I am not in a good area. I mean, this is just covered in raccoon and deer all the way down to the end. I'm going to go up here, check this field from the this private field, and then get out of here. I was driving toward the area I had that encounter with that bird last night. Then I saw this burned up area, and it was pretty clear in here. So I got lured into walking around in here. Basically just came down a access road a little bit. I'm gonna drop off into a drainage, take the drainage back up to the car. I was getting frustrated because I was getting boxed in amongst some really thick junk. But this is kind of what I saw from the road. Real beautiful down in here. I thought with the burned underbrush that it would be a nice place for them to be. Look at that. Yep. They've at least been through here. You know, I don't know why I keep getting lured away with some sweet siren song from getting back into that area where at least I know there's a bird. But if you all of a sudden were to get onto one out here, it'd be the greatest decision of your life, wouldn't it? That's the catch-22. No birds, I'm a dummy. Birds, you're a genius. And I'd like to say I've got a lot of confidence in my calling right now, so that I could say a joke like, why'd the turkey cross the road? Because I was calling from that side. But no, not confident in my calling. Probably because I'm not running into birds to get any kind of a response. Or I'm so bad they're just not responding. They're like, that's terrible. I can't even gobble back to that. I'll gobble at a car door slamming or a crow, an owl, a woodpecker, but not that. That was terrible. Well, I am finally back in the area where I got to play with the bird last night. Spend the rest of the day back there. If I don't get anything this morning, maybe I can get one to gobble on the limb tonight at sunset. But I also think I'm going to camp here and then walk back here in the dark. Hopefully get a good start point for the morning with a gobble in the morning. It's just a little bit after noon. I've already got 5 miles on the day, so it's about 0.7 or so back here. See how things shake out. It looks like a single hen. I thought it was a squirrel for a while, but it got quite loud and started shifting to my right. Well, I've got a lead for tomorrow morning. He's in this creek bottom with me. And he sounds like he's up where I walked the other day. But this creek bottom is so loud. You're either crunching through this crap or you're splashing through the water. I don't know how far he is. I would say 500 yards, give or take. There's a dog. There he goes. Try to see if I can close a little distance and get a nice clean path back to the trail somehow, so that I can retrace my steps in the morning. Oh, that's some thick junk over there. Thick junk. Man, it's gonna be a tall order in the morning. But if I could figure out how to just walk down the path and go straight into the creek bottom, that would be ideal. I'd probably be lucky to get within 300 yards of him on the limb just because of this noise. Well, I guess we'll see y'all in the morning. Morale's gonna be high this morning. Got up a few minutes early just so I could make some coffee and down it real quick. But it is instant coffee, so it's only mediocre at best. So it's a few degrees warmer than it's been in the morning. We're gonna go see if we can get near this bird. It'd be nice. Be nice to get in the game this morning. But I do need to come back to camp because I have to do some hygiene. My feet are nasty, and I'm not a foot person. My feet aren't normally very smelly, but they're bad. You know, these boots have been soaked in swamp water, and I've got swamp foot, and they're sweaty all day, so it's bad. Something needs to be done. I'm hoping that the shower bag warms up enough to at least wash my feet, maybe shave my head. We'll see, but we'll come back late morning, do that. It's also extremely calm, so there's no wind to cover any sound. We'll definitely be able to hear a lot, but that's going to hurt our approach in. But we'll switch to a red lens as we get closer. So this route conservatively should not take me any closer than 300 yards of them. And then the idea would be to kind of get a better pinpoint, since I did hear them from a good ways off. Get a better pinpoint on them and start sliding closer as he starts to gobble. I only got a couple hundred yards until I go through this little woods, go through some slop, and then get up on this little piece of high ground that I'm hoping extends toward him. Because if so, that's probably what he's going to get on. That dude is kicking off. But he is way further than he was last night. Maybe I didn't hear him on the roost. Maybe he was heading to the roost. Crap. Yeah, his direction is off. His distance is off. We got to get moving. I am afraid, though, that the one I thought was roosted over here might walk up under him. But he hasn't kicked off yet. But that one back there sure has. We got to go try to cover some ground here. There he goes again. So I covered about 300 yards, and I think I lost an extra 300 yards. I just heard him again. So he's got to be on the ground walking away. And he's really covering some ground. I've hit the box call to try to entice him over here so he can at least hear me. Man, he's a long way out. That was him, if you could hear that. So there's a second one in the opposite direction that started further away, so I started going after the original one. Now it seems like he's getting closer. He might be coming to my calls. He probably heard the box call. We're going to mask up and start easing back that way. So right now I'm just sitting between the spots where the two gobblers were. They both went quiet. And so what I'm sitting at is I kind of got a bunch of junk behind me. I'm on some dry ground. And there's a creek out here at about 30 yards. So I'm hoping that I'm kind of in a little funnel should they want to come back, knowing that I'm back here. They both should know I'm here. It seemed like they both had to have heard the box call. The one to the west, I guess it is, yeah, to the west. He seemed like he responded to the box call. And the one to the east sounded like it responded when I hit him with the mouth call. Hopefully they get lonely and come back into this area. But probably early afternoon, I need to get back to the car and do that hygiene, like I said. That'll give that camp shower time to warm up in the sun. The dogs are kicking. Well, nothing happened at the spot. So I fell asleep for about an hour. Got up and started walking. Wanted to make kind of a big loop back to the car. Check out some fresh ground I haven't laid eyes on yet. And this is the crap I find myself in just trying to get back to the car. But down there along the creek, there's a lot of pretty places. And I did bump a hen out of there, and she flew up into a tree. But right now, I'm just trying to get back to the car. I'm just under 100 yards to the road, and I am just almost boxed in. I kind of see a game trail right here, so. But man, some of this junk is terrible. Terrible. I just want to get out of here, do some hygiene, go back out, see if I can get something going out there. So today's been a pretty good day. I heard 2 birds this morning. I had a nap. I've gotten a shower. I washed 2 pairs of socks, shaved my head, and now I'm going to jump on the bike and get back there. It's pushing 3:30. Get back there. I can't ride the bike that far, but it saves a little time here and back, and I can ride it in the morning to go out and back. Because I never heard that second bird this morning, so he roosted quietly, or roosted after I started trying to get closer to the other one to try to pinpoint him. And I never heard him gobble. So that's also a possibility, because it is loud walking back there. I've probably said before, it is loud. So cutting distance on a bird back there is not going to be easy. You're going to have to draw them in from a little ways away, and you dang sure aren't going to sneak up on them. So we're going to jump on the bike, stay out there, hopefully get another starting point for tomorrow. Otherwise, probably just go into where I set up and had my nap today. First thing in the morning. That's what we're going to do. Get back after these birds. They're in here. They're in here. I haven't been over there, and that's across the actual creek. I got a hard enough time trying to cross some of these things that aren't even on the map. That main creek is pretty big. And I think that gobble puts them on the other side. So that joker's gobbling definitely on the other side of the creek. There's no way he's less than 400 from me. So I think I'm going to have to get up early, drive around, and there might be a road that goes right toward him, you know, based off direction on the map. Sometimes I don't think that direction pointer is very accurate, but it's all I got going for me. I didn't get anything to gobble on my side. I hit a crow call, tried to do a coyote call, and then out of frustration I grabbed my box call and cranked on it, and that guy back over there sounded off. So that's the only one I know of. So I think I have to go do it. It's going to be inconvenient. I got to rack my bike, I got to bring my laundry in, I got to put my solar panel away, but I think that's the only choice I got if I'm going to get in the ballpark. I might only get in the parking lot, but I could get on the field. You never know.